welcome to the Keyboard Road Warrior with me, Movie Scouser 007, where we play Euro Truck Simulator 2 with a laptop and its keyboard. So, at the end of the last journey, we reached Magdeburg, a city we hadn't as yet discovered. Of course, we've now completely discovered. You can see it's primarily yellow, which is good news. So, obviously now we have to... oh crikey, I'm not in Magdeburg anymore. I hate the way it doesn't centre where you are. It should centre where you are. Where the heck is Magdeburg? I've lost where I am now. That is annoying. Where's Mannheim? Where's Magdeburg? In Deutschland. There we go, Magdeburg. So, first task, repair the truck and sleep. So we're going to take a right turn out of the location we're at. And this was a truly hateful experience. Oops. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can't remember where the entrance is now. That's annoying. Ah, there it is. Oh, what the hell? I should have just gone straight forward. I'd have been better off doing that. So, we're going to pop into the repair yard, which is just, just here. We're going to repair the truck, rest and recuperate. Boom. Let's see how much it's going to cost. So, I think it was about 4%, 3%. So, engine 2%, £452. Transmission 1%, £182. Chassis 3%, £798. Cabin 3%, £1,582. Wheels 2%, £274. Total to pay, £3,286. Boom. Okay. Now that we've done that, let's escape from that and that. And before we go and have our rest, let's just show you. I upgraded the trucks in Amsterdam. So Amsterdam now has, let's do it by truck manager, boom, and then by garage. You can see Amsterdam is rocking a full set of 750s. So that's Amsterdam, Berlin, Liverpool, and Warsaw are my 750s, my fully upgraded trucks. So that's good. You can see that our bank balance went down to 14,500,000. So it scratched the surface of my income to do that, but that's fine. Right, let's get some rest. You know the drill. And the last one. Oh, it's raining. Typical. But it is daytime. It's 2:15 in the afternoon. So let us get some gainful employment. Let's see where we are being offered work. Okay, and we are in Magdeburg. Boom. So, God, we are only being offered 4 jobs. Croydon, which we've been to. Cambridge, which we've been to, Lublin, which we've been to, and Osnabrück, which we've been to. Oh, bollocks to it, let's go to Croydon. It's a 16.25 hour journey. So, engine on, wipers on. Let's go fetch our load. I really don't know why we aren't being offered more variety, a larger variety of work, but that's just how it is at the moment. I can't explain that. Perhaps in future, when I'm upgrading, I shall do the long distance one last. Right, looks like we're going to the out of town quarry. I don't know if... or is it a farm? Might be an out of town farm. Let's just quickly check the map. Ooh, we might be able to get that tiny bit of road. That would be nice. I think even if we're not routed that way, I will be quite keen on forcing that route. Right, let's rock into EA because it's a farm. Oh, I tell you what, before I accept the job, you know what I should do? I should do what I normally do, which I forgot to do, which I shouldn't do, is I should get my image of the job. There we go. Right, let's go and accept this job. So let's take our 500 digger 500, weighing 9 tons. It's Croydon, mate, Croydon. And I'm pretty certain that we are taking the channel tunnel. So there will be no rest to be had. Alright, let's hook up and let's get lost. So, yeah, we're going up that little bit of road that we didn't use. That's genius, love it. Oh, that was sneaky and just in time. So, it's just in the interest of, in the interests of not destroying the load before we've even delivered it, before we've even left the yard we're delivering it from. Let's just use our eyes. Right, let's go. Yeah, we just got flashed out. It's difficult to see whether we're getting flashed out or not because the refresh rate isn't fast enough for us to see. So, that's fine. Ooh, one thing I didn't check was whether I had enough memory space on the phone. Did I remove the previous video? Sometimes I do forget, and sometimes I don't even bother checking, and this might be one of those times. So if we suddenly stop recording in the middle of me saying something and jump to me saying something else, it's because I forgot to remove the footage and we ran out of space. So I'm going to be taking a couple of aeroplanes in a couple of weeks. Many of you, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I've been living in New Zealand for almost a year, and I'm about to head back to the United Kingdom, my home, where I'm from, where I was born. And come on. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, the load just got a bit of a munting. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Oh dear. I have a bit of an itchy nose. Right. Alright, let's chug along really slowly, shall we? Sorry, I was turning the brightness down on my my timer because it was blinding me. Ooh. And in order to do that, I put the truck on cruise control, but I put the truck on cruise control at about 40k, which is not an ideal speed. Oh, you're kidding me. Alright, I'm going to duck down this because I haven't visited this. Yay. More road discovered. Yeah, I've just realised I had a couple of messages from people on my YouTube and I haven't responded to them. That's really naughty. Damn it. As soon as I've finished recording this, I need to respond to those people. Crikey, one of them was quite a while ago as well. Damn it. If you're one of the people that left a message on my YouTube channel and you haven't had a reply, I am so sorry. I've had a lot going on. I've been recording these things during the day. I have been rehearsing and performing in an amateur dramatics production. And when I've not been doing those two things, I've been sleeping, so I haven't had, my brain has been a bit frazzled and a bit preoccupied. But I'm done with the amateur dramatics and I'm preparing for the United Kingdom. So I've got a little bit more time than I had. So I should be able to respond now. If you're one of those few people that watch me and that left me a message that I haven't responded yet, again, I really apologise. So yes, as I said, going back to the UK, which means I'm taking a couple of aeroplanes. I'm flying from Christchurch to Auckland to spend the day in Auckland with my in-laws and my wife and my sister-in-law, and then the following day, or sorry, late that evening, I am flying from Auckland to Shanghai. I'm going to be there for a few hours, and then I'm going from Shanghai to Heathrow. And then I go from Heathrow to Paddington, and then Paddington I've got to go back out to north-west London. I'm going to be staying with friends for a few weeks until the wife and I have got ourselves a new apartment to live in. And that is the way that works. And so, yes, I'm going to be flying in an aeroplane, and I was wanting to talk about that for a little bit, aeroplanes and flight, and how remarkable it is, and how astonished I am when people complain about it. Louis C.K. did a very funny and probably quite famous rant on, I think, the Conan O'Brien show. I think it was Conan. We talked about what a miracle flight was and how everyone complains. I mean, he said the world has never been better and people have never been more miserable. And he was saying, that people complain about delays. I had to wait 20 minutes to get on my aeroplane, and then they made us sit on the tarmac for 40 minutes. And he's like, yeah, but you are sat. When it's up in the air, you are sat in an armchair in the sky. It's a miracle. When we think about it, it is. I mean, it's pure science. It's technology, but it's kind of that we discovered it. It's remarkable. Someone noticed the way a particular leaf floated when it left the ground. The ones that look like that float down a bit like a helicopter. And I believe that may have been what inspired Leonardo to draw his picture of a helicopter, or his version of what a helicopter should look like. Oh, incidentally, I may or may not have mentioned this before, but people that call Leonardo Da Vinci are idiots. Anybody that calls him Da Vinci is an idiot. Da Vinci is literally Italian for of Vinci, which means Leonardo of Vinci, which means Leonardo from the place called Vinci. So if you call him Da Vinci, you're a bloody idiot. You're a moron, and I don't want you watching this channel. Fuck off. It infuriates me when people make simple, basic mistakes like that. Now, I retract the F off. It may be that you've been influenced by that moronic writer Dan Brown and the of Vinci Code. But please, once you've heard me say this, never refer to him as Da Vinci ever again. Refer to him as Leonardo, which is his name. His name was Leonardo. Right, so, rant over, in through the nose, out through the mouth. I'm all better now. So people noticed that objects could float, no matter that they were relatively heavy. And they worked out what it was. They worked out that it's sort of low pressure on one side and higher pressure on the other, and that caused lift, and lift made the plane stay in the air. And I hadn't. We went to Christchurch. We went from Christchurch to Auckland for my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law's birthdays. No, sorry, my father-in-law and my sister-in-law's birthdays a couple of months ago. And I had a nervous flyer sat next to me, and we hit turbulence a few times, and I could tell he was a nervous flyer because every time we hit turbulence, he gripped the arm of the seat as if his very life depended on how firmly he could grab the arms of the seat. And I remember sort of describing with him the process and what turbulence was, which is a pocket where the pressure isn't great enough to generate lift, and what happens is the aeroplane drops slightly until it hits the right weather conditions, the right climatic conditions, and that this is not dangerous, and that this is natural, and this happens on almost every flight. It just it happens to a smaller and smaller extent that you hardly notice it. It just feels like a judder, like a light, sort of barely noticeable judder. You don't feel it most of the time. But we had some quite hefty turbulence, and we were in cloud all the way from Christchurch to Auckland. But it was fine. It was absolutely fine. And I was describing to him the process of how an aeroplane lifts and what is it causes it. I don't know that it made much a difference, other than it distracted him from what was happening around. Ah, okay. Well, let this go, because I can see a parking, a rest stop that we haven't visited, and you know about me and my rest stops. I gotta get them. So hopefully we should see that road that we just left was yellow. Yeah, it was yellow, so good. We're getting a bit of road that we didn't get before. Lovely. Love it. Okay, we have, let's just check, we've got 26 hours to make this delivery. It should take us 11 hours. The next rest stop, I think, I will pull over to. Oh, okay, why are we slowing down? That's not friendly. We got a toll booth or something. No toll booth. We've got a speed camera or something. Is there some particular reason we're slowing down that I don't know about? Yeah, so when we hit 10 hours, we'll grab some rest, because we won't get any rest on the Channel Tunnel, so we might as well. So I watched some Twitch this morning before I was reminded. The reason I'm talking about aeroplanes is my sister-in-law was with us this weekend, and I dropped her off at the airport, and I've been up for some time. So when I got back, I watched some Twitch. And I watched Killer Quack driving with the multiplayer map. He and a few of his streaming buddies gathered together. They all decorated their trucks pink because they figured that would be the easiest way to spot each other, because they doubted anyone else would have a pink truck on multiplayer. And they drove to London to pick up a load, and then they drove to Poland with their load, and it was quite amusing watching them sort of lose each other and try and stay together and crash and generally have hijinks. Why are we stopped at this junction when absolutely they should stop for us? The dotted line should be along here. When you're joining a road, you have to... Oh, for crying out loud. Come on. Come on. Oh, no, I didn't want to go to the garage, I wanted the horn. Ah, this is annoying. Come on. Come on. You are holding traffic up, sunshine. Come on, move. The one thing that was worrying me there was, would someone plough into me assuming that he had right of way? I don't know how many times they have to be told that that is an incorrect junction priority layout, but it is. It absolutely is, and they need to stop you doing that. They need to stop the vehicles from assuming priority when they're slipping off the motorway, because that's not how it works. That's not how it works in the real world. So, okay, I'm going to say it's certainly not in the UK, and I'm pretty sure that it would be boneheadedly stupid for that to be the case in mainland Europe as well. They do have some daft rules, but I'm sure that's not one of them. Alright, we're coming up on a time where we have to get some rest. Or I want to get some rest, rather. We don't need to get any rest until That was the weirdest way I've ever taken a corner like that before. I think we'll try and avoid doing stupid things like that in the future. I had a fear that the guy behind me was going to try and slip under me. I mean, he did follow me around the corner, so if he'd been a bit closer to me, I would have collected him and done more damage to the truck. We're all right at the moment. So, yes. So, yeah, I think I'm taking a Jetstar flight from Christchurch to Auckland, a Air New Zealand flight from Auckland to Shanghai, and a Virgin Airlines flight from Shanghai to Heathrow, which is quite funny, quite amusing. So, yes. Yep, hello, easy tiger. So we are chewing away these miles. This is still going to be a two segment video bolted together as one, but that's fine. I don't mind. So yes, I'm going to be taking a little sort of I think it's a 737 or I'm not sure what the Airbus equivalent of a 737 is, and then I'll be taking a giant, probably a 747 on the two legs from Auckland to Heathrow. And my hope is that I can get on the aeroplane fast enough that I can get a window seat or an aisle seat for the two legs from Auckland to Shanghai and Shanghai to Heathrow, because I'm quite a large bloke. I'm 6'4", but I love watching the process of landing and taking off are my two favourite parts of a flight. I love watching the aircraft leave the ground, and I love watching the landscape get closer and closer as you come into land. I love flight. Flight is amazing. If I could go back in time, my only regret is that I didn't learn to fly early enough. I got many regrets actually, but one of my regrets is that I didn't learn to fly early enough. And as such, and I've got to be a pilot. I would have loved to have been a pilot. Being a pilot would have been fun. It would have been amazing. Flight is one of the great human technological advances that is beyond impressive. I think the only other thing I think that compares to it is space flight. Leaving our planet's gravitational pull is amazing, and it still boggles the mind that we managed it. It boggles the mind that we managed it between 45 and 69. I think the last flight was in the late 70s. But it still boggles my mind that humanity managed that amazing technological feat. It is an amazing feat, lifting us out of, lifting us away from our earthly bonds, as we are pretty much stuck to the ground without technology. And before anyone is thinking, oh, but you can glide. Gliding is technology too. We had to work out how to do that. And gliding is not a simple thing. It's without the right materials, it's dangerous. Can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? Yes, he can. Okay, we've got a turn coming up in a minute, so let's scrub some speed off. so that when we hit that turn, we're not doing 1,000 miles an hour, and we're not going to crash into a bunch of stuff and destroy our load. So, mind you, it is a turn we are forced to make because the road don't go nowhere else. To use local British parlance, the road don't go nowhere else, my babber. So, I finished reading House of Cards, the novel by the British author Michael Dodds, which was the basis for the British TV series in the late 80s, which coincided with Margaret Thatcher leaving office, and so was very, very topical because the book is about the succession battle, and then the battle post-Thatcher's successor. So they made a TV series with Ian Richardson, who sadly passed away since, and it's an amazing. I mean, it's quite as it's the first novel by a former personal private secretary of Margaret Thatcher. So, given that it was his first novel, it's actually remarkably well written for a first novel. And the first novels normally tend to contain a lot of errors. Now, unfortunately, I've read an updated version. When he originally wrote the novel, it had a different ending, and it featured different. The journalist that works for the journalist that's featured works for a very different newspaper. She works for a real newspaper as opposed to a fictional newspaper. And he's amended a bunch of stuff. I read it I bought it on Kindle, but I think I might go through all the second-hand bookstores, trying to find a paperback version, which I think is possibly the only way I'm going to be able to read the original version of the book, because I want to see what the original version was, stylistically, and also he's rewritten the character somewhat since. Now he rewrote it for its re-release to coincide with the broadcasting of the American version of House of Cards featuring Kevin Spacey, which I've raved about. I've actually watched a lot of now, and it's brilliant. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's fantastic, and it's quite different from both the book and the original TV series. The original source material is the book, and then the subsequent television series. I should say subsequent rather than original. So yes, I finished that. So I was kind of a bit lost because I devoured that book quite quickly. But let's scrub some speed off for that corner. For after all, I am not Killer Quack, and I'm not driving an unrestricted speed truck. I'm not drag racing and pulling a load. I'm trying to do this realistically. Obviously not totally realistically, because I'm driving this with the keyboard, which, doesn't compute in the real world. I was watching the multiplayer. It's quite bizarre. It is quite bizarre. Because there are no AI drivers in it, there are no cars. It's all trucks. So when you see a truck, you know it's a real person driving it. Unfortunately, there are some idiots that are quite happy to drive into you down the wrong way down a road. And so what they've had to do is, when you reach the outer limits of a town, it becomes a no collision zone, so you can drive through people. But the primary reason actually is because there aren't enough assets for all multiplayer users to use. So there aren't enough repairs. There's only one repair centre in each town, and there could be hundreds of drivers wanting to use that repair centre. So you all have to be able to use it. So they create a no collision zone at the outskirts of towns. But once you're out of town, it's collision, baby. And if you clip someone, you do damage, as you do in the rest of this game. Well, look at all that money coming in. So it does look interesting, but it also looks. I mean, I thought the way I was convinced the multiplayer was going to work was that you would be on the road, you'd be surrounded by AI, and it would be a kind of a spreadsheet type thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. I nearly hit that car. So, still got 21 hours, but we've got 20 minutes. We need to find a rest stop, actually. I meant to find a rest stop quite a while ago, and I think we've passed quite a few. There's one there. We'll get that. Because obviously, we cannot go without rest. That's a shame, actually. I wanted to get it at 9 hours rather than 6. Never mind. Stuff happens, don't it? That's all right. All right. I didn't notice, but the camera stopped just after I was talking about parking in this particular parking spot. So we are here, and we were about here when I lost the video and didn't notice. So that's all right. That's fine. You didn't really miss anything. You know what my style is like. There's a lot of rambling and not a lot of substance. So let us continue the journey from where we were. So we still have 11 hours in which to do this, but it should only take us 4.5. That should be time plenty. And let's get rid of the high beams. Let's also get on the right side of the road so I have to fill in my glasses. Yes, I wear spectacles. It's probably from playing video games, staring at screens in dark rooms. So I've got no idea what I was talking about in the bit of the journey that got deleted, but I'm sure it wasn't particularly fascinating. Anyway, so quick football update. Chelsea, who managed to beat Liverpool 2-0 at Anfield, got held to a 0-0 draw. So that's provided Liverpool win on provided Liverpool beat Crystal Palace and Newcastle. We cannot finish lower than second, which would be bloody annoying given how close we are. So unfortunately, Manchester City beat Everton 3-2 on Saturday. Thankfully, it took a lot out of them to do so. They had to come back from 1-0 down, and then they went 2-1 up, and then 3-1 up, and then Everton got last gasp second goal, but they couldn't produce the equaliser that Liverpool so desperately needed Everton to provide. But you know that it's not their job to win the league for Liverpool. It's Liverpool's job to win the league for Liverpool, and you know we needed to beat Chelsea to do that, and we didn't. So, whoa. Hung up on the Oh, I keep doing that. That was the Sunday. The two Sunday fixtures were Arsenal against someone, I can't remember who, and Chelsea versus Norwich. That is good. That's a good sign. Norwich have got to play Manchester City midweek. That's their game. That's Manchester City's game in hand. Liverpool play Crystal Palace Monday, which will be the 5th of May, I think. I'm recording this Oh, yes. So I'm recording this on the 5th of May New Zealand time. But Liverpool play Crystal Palace at 8 in the evening, Monday UK time, which will be 8 AM Tuesday morning for me. So I will probably get up and I will listen to that game in the hope that Liverpool get those 3 points. If they fail to beat Crystal Palace, that's it. I can't see how they can possibly win the league if they don't beat Crystal Palace. That would be a done and dusted, and then the remaining game against Newcastle is just a matter of pride. I think we can beat Newcastle. It's Crystal Palace that worries me greatly, just as Norwich worried me greatly 3 or 4 games ago. You know, we beat Manchester City, and then I was worrying that we wouldn't beat Norwich, and of course then we lost to Chelsea, which kind of if we had beaten Chelsea, we just need to get 2 more points, and then the league would be ours. But it's not working out that way. We should have beaten Chelsea. It was possible to beat Chelsea. We just didn't do it. So, our one chance, especially on the 25th anniversary of Hillsborough, would be sort of a fitting tribute to the 96 people that passed. If the year after an inquiry is opened into the deaths and the mishandling of those incidents, if Liverpool had won the trophy that they've always wanted, that means the most to Liverpool fans, the Premier League, the top flight English trophy, sorry, not the Premier League. We've won the First Division when the First Division was the top flight. We've never actually won the Premier League itself. Alright, so we're going to go on to that right-hand train, given that's the only train on the station, on this platform. Alright, it's going to be 35 minutes, and it's going to be £240 for the journey. That's fine. Nice picture of the trucks on the train. Alright. Off we go. We're in London. Oh, sorry, England. We're in the UK, which means driving on the left, which we've done quite a bit of recently. We've been to a few places in the UK. We've been to Cardiff, we've been to Newcastle and Carlisle. So we've done a few journeys in the UK. As per usual, it's a little quiet at the Eurotunnel, which is a bit bizarre. Maybe it's just me being the last off the train. Yeah, I've adjusted those mirrors, but that little bottom mirror needs to still look further down and further to the left. There's nothing coming, so we'll pull out. Right, this should be a relatively short journey, because we're only going to Croydon, which means we're probably heading to the M25, and then we're doing a southern clockwise loop of the M25 until we hit Croydon. I believe that's possibly the way. I might be wrong, actually. So M2, M25, and then off the M25 to Croydon, just as I thought. So, it's all good. So yes, me taking a plane back home. I was really excited about going home, and while I've enjoyed my time in New Zealand, you know, Christchurch has been a difficult place to live. Not because it's a bad town. It's just it's 3 years in. It's still recovering from a traumatic event, and oh crap! He stopped and then didn't stop. That was friendly. Yeah, there's a man. I watch a real trucker, a guy called Justin Wilson. I think it's Justin Wilson. Is it Jason? Jason Walton, maybe. Jason is a real trucker. Yes, it is. It's Jason Walton. I'm pretty sure. And he chats to people. Sometimes he has the camera on himself while he's driving, but he's taken to doing something called ride-alongs, and it's kind of almost like what you're looking at right now, but in the real world and in the north of England. He's a day driver, so he'll be up at the crack of dawn and he'll drive, but he does his ride-alongs. He does during the daytime when it's light, and they're quite entertaining. He's quite entertaining. Right, London, the A2. The A2 we take to the M2, I believe. Oh, what the hell? Okay. That's interesting. Is Jason Walton. That's his YouTube name, Jason Walton. JASON WALTON. He has a camera which he sets to his left shoulder. He drives in the UK, which means he's driving on the other side of the truck from me. But given that he's driving in the UK, actually, this view is pretty much what you see. The steering wheel is just in the right of the picture when he's driving, and you can watch him drive. He does little 20 or 30 minute segments of his journeys, and it's really interesting to watch a real truck in action with a real driver. He's a bit irreverent. You know, he likes a bit of fruity language. He hasn't got a great deal of patience for people that don't follow the rules of the road, and he's a bit he's not quite as much of a gentleman as he could be, but the videos are extremely interesting to watch. It's extremely beneficial to watch a trucker having to deal with real idiots, having to deal with other road users who do not at all understand what a truck driver has to put up with. Now, when I first started this, I ranted about I think people should be forced to sit with a truck driver in a real truck and observe what it is that a real truck driver has to put up with on a day-to-day basis, and I stand by that statement. I believe that once you have passed your test, you should have to do a few things. You should be made to take a couple of lessons on a motorway with the instructor that you learned to drive with. So as soon as you get the certificate, you get a little piece of paper entitling you to drive on the motorway under the supervision of a particular instructor until a certain date. Then once that date has been fixed, your instructor sends that piece of paper signed to the DVLA, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority in the UK, and only when your instructor has sent that bit of paper saying you've had your lessons on the motorway and you're of a sufficient standard, should you then be allowed to drive a car on the UK roads without an instructor. You should then have a further 12 months of driving with a passenger, a fully qualified driver, not necessarily instructor, but you should also be made to sit in the cab with a truck driver for a couple of hours in a city centre. And you should be made to do that so that you fully understand exactly what a truck driver has to do in order to do things like turn in a town. I see so many drivers trying to undertake a truck driver who is swept out so they can turn in. You know what I mean. If you're interested in these videos, and you probably watch more than just me, you'll know that a truck driver has to steer away from the corner to give himself room to steer in. Cyclists do the same damn thing. They cycle underneath the truck driver who's turning. I'm sorry, but you've got no one but yourself to blame if you do that. You should never ever undertake a lorry. I mean, aside from the fact that it's not illegal on public roads. Yeah. You should never undertake a lorry. You should pay attention to where he's indicating. Oh, I need to slow down and let this truck by so that I can tuck in after him because I've got a left turn coming up. So we're very close to our destination now. I can't remember how much of Croydon we have visited. I'm pretty sure that we have got the discoverables, but I'm also pretty certain that we don't have the garage and we haven't got all the roads. But we are about to find out. We certainly haven't. We've certainly already discovered Croydon. And actually, as we're approaching and we're on a relatively straight part of the road, let's have a quick shifty. So, actually, there were no discoverables. Right. So, my guess is that we should be able to do a big loop, but I think these, yeah, we should be able to do a big loop and then a smaller loop, but these ones we'd have to go down to the, there's a petrol station. There's a petrol station. I might go and fill up, actually. We'll buy the garage and then I'll go into the petrol station and fill up. Yes. Then we'll do a big loop and then this small loop. Hopefully we can manage that. And if we can't, we're a bit stuffed. We'll see what this junction's like. We might not be able to do it. It might be the road splits and we can't go that way. We're about to find out. So we've got a right turn coming up any second. And that road doesn't say Croydon, and it should. Okay. Right. Is this road easy to turn on, or is it blocked off? No. No, we can do it. It's excellent. We can do the big loop. That's perfect. That's perfect. Right then. So our destination is the post speed, which we've just passed. There's an ITCC and there's a Stokes. That's good. Well, they've already done this bit of the road. Alright, so garage coming up for us to Pike Chase, which we shall do imminently. Alright, let's whiz in. So 144, I think that will be fine. Alright, let's back out. Let's get our garage, our load back. Oh, no, damn it. There we go. I needed to wait for the sound. A thunk. Right, just quickly, let's upgrade Croydon. Where is it? This is the one problem with having a huge empire like this, is it becomes then difficult. So, 80 grand, yes please. Yeah, lovely. Right, let's go and whack some fuel in, I think. Can we do that? Will that be difficult? I'm going to go that side so that I've got the bigger swing for the loop. Right. Shouldn't need much fuel. $121 for 94.97 litres. Come on, swing over. That's it, right. And I do hope that I can go around this. Oh no. No, no, no. Oh crikey. No, this was a nightmare. This was a bad idea. I'm going to clout that car, I'm pretty certain. Oh yeah, I cannot avoid clouting that car. Ugh. Yes, bollocks. Oh. I'm pissed off now. Excuse my language. I did make this vow not to swear, and I have not kept to it. When will I get an... Oh, stop hitting F4. I too will be glad when F4 is... Yeah. It's located somewhere else. Now I'm annoyed. I should have reversed out. Right, that's the small loop. Then we've got to do the big loop. Which we're going to do right now. And then the other bits of road relate to delivery depots. So we're done with post speed in Croydon. No, no, no. Right. And Croydon's nearly fully explored. Apart from the depots that we've not been to. Got away with that red light. Will I get away with this one? Ooh, I have to do a small loop just to get that tiny bit of road. That's fine, it shouldn't take us too long. We've nothing to lose at this point. And there we are. We're discovered. Oh, come on. Red light change. Red light change. Come on. There we go. Wiggle the steering to get that indicator to click off. Right, post speed right here is our depot drop off. So let's get this on. Oh, what? What the? No! Oh, for crying out loud! How the? What the hell? What the hell did I hit? I have no idea what the hell I hit. Okay. Right. Oh. There we go. Apparently, that is good enough. I wouldn't think that's good enough, but apparently for the game, that is good enough. It's remarkable. The last journey, we had to be right in the box. This journey, nope. And it's this. This is a ProMods. So I'm really confused. Okay. Anyway, so handbrake on, engine off, T. So it should be good work. Yep, good work. So 982 kilometres, 23 hours and 22 minutes, 316.1 litres, base reward of £17,738, 928 XP, proficiency bonus for level 36 of £9,578, long distance delivery bonus for skill rank 6 of £1,702 or 2 plus 245 XP. High value cargo bonus for skill rank 6 of £5,105 and 176 XP. Parking bonus for 45 XP. And that bloody petrol station right at the end cost us a 2% damage. Well, actually, no, it wasn't just the petrol station, it was also the depot. So I can't read. So our penalty for damaging the load was £258 and it was 26 XP. So as you can see, parking the trailer helped a ton, a heap, a bunch, a lot. So still level 36, but we're probably one journey away from leveling up to 37. This profile has a lifetime XP of 146,540 XP, and we are still aiming at 147,300 XP for the next level. So, thank you for joining me on this short little hop from Magdeburg to Croydon. If you like the video, click that little thumb and make it blue. If you want to see more of these and you haven't already, click that button, that red subscribe button. If you've got friends who would like to watch these, let them know. tell them to look for Movie Scouts 007, and thank you for watching this video. And until I see you in the next video, I'll see you on the road.